Omo, how far? If you're just coming, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. So today I just want to talk about anxiety, because literally it's anxiety that keeps me awake, or rather that kept me awake that night. It's been like that for a while, but usually in turn I've just been using that to edit my videos. So usually I spend all night editing my videos, but last night I really didn't want to do that. I really wanted to rest, but the rest didn't come. It's just one of those things. So I just took it as it is, and it was calm. I just told myself that since I'm up, rather than sleeping late in the morning, let me actually do some work today. Make this video for you guys, and I get back to maybe making some more reactions. Anxiety is a bitch, man. Like, for real, anxiety is a I think the thing about anxiety for me is I've never actually been an anxious person before. When I was a kid, I used to be very socially awkward. I used to be a very shy, timid person, but that's definitely, I've definitely outgrown that. Although, I'm not really so open to approaching people first time, but I'm usually an extrovert if I'm around people that I like. But this whole episode, or rather this series of anxiety attacks that I've been having, is very interesting to me, and it started literally when I knew that I wanted to start this YouTube channel. It's been quite bad, man. Like, I'm literally wrestling with my demons, and almost to the point of having nightmares, and stuff like that. And like, every muscle in my body is telling me not to start this, or giving me reasons why I shouldn't start. But I've always wanted to be a YouTuber. Like, even before I knew YouTubers made like the money. Like, I think the first YouTuber that I ever heard of making a lot of money from YouTube was like Rice Gum. You get, like, for people that know YouTube, like for people who have been watching YouTube for years, like Rice Gum should be like, what, Rice Gum? Like, yeah, bro. Like, I've been actively watching YouTube since like 2012, 2013, because I think by then, like, things like that weren't really popular in Africa, or at least the third world, Nigeria at the time. So I've literally been every day on YouTube since then, and I've actually like watched these guys and seen them grow. Like seeing like KSI, back from when KSI was literally just that annoying nigga on YouTube that used to play FIFA and talk about like cringy that he found funny. So I've literally been one of those viewers for the longest time, and it was always something that I thought was cool to do. But that kind of thing, you think it's cool to do, but you never really have the courage. Like, like, I'm the kind of person where I hate being in front of camera. Like, I honestly despise it, man. Like like, you will see me in a group of friends, man, if everybody's pulling out group pictures where it's like, oh, this is us, we're in this place, this is us, we're in this place. If they bring out 10 pictures, you're hardly going to see me in any of them, man. Like, I hate being on camera, man. I was always paranoid about it. I don't have like a social media. I think I alluded to it in one of my way earlier videos. I'm not a social media person, so how can somebody like that literally just make a YouTube channel, not even just a YouTube channel, like make multiple videos? So yeah, it's a very big leap for me, and it's now that I know that, okay, yes, I have serious anxiety, and the anxiety is dealing with me. But the one thing I told myself is, what, I'm just going to fight back, man. And to anybody that sees this, if you're going through any challenges where you feel abandoned, or you feel like you're on your own, the only thing I can tell is like, you fight back, man. And if you're a guy and you feel like you've got to the point where you can't cry, or moment, cry alone, man. Cry alone, but fight back. That's the only thing, and that's what I'm doing, man. I can sit here and I can talk about every single thing bad that has happened to me, but I can also tell you that I can say 90% of everything that was bad that happened to me was my fault, man. Either from my naivety, or from my weakness, or from trusting the wrong people, or from not taking action, or for just being, just overall being a weak person, man. And that was like, you could say, one of the things that plagued me for so long, my mentality and my approach towards things. So I'd always been building up onto this moment, and because I always wanted to be someone better, I always wanted to be somebody that said things and did those things and achieved those things. I'd always wanted to be that, but how to go from point A to B was always the problem, But at a point in time, like right now, I literally just reached the point where I was going to be like, it, man. Just it and do it, man. And this YouTube was the first step in that plan. So it was like a multifaceted thing. Like, I actually want to grow as a human being. So I've gotten some books. I got some books, and I've not read any of them yet, but I do plan on reading them. And definitely, if you guys want me to do reviews of those books, as I'm reading them, and also, whether I recommend them or not, I can also do that for you guys. That's if you're looking for something inspirational as well. Working out, I've always been a health focused guy, but I would say the thing that actually held me back for so long about taking that full dive into health and fitness was my health and fitness. Like, I used to be a heavy smoker and a heavy drinker. I smoked from 16. I started smoking when I was 16. I stopped when I was 26. So literally like a full decade I put my time in, but I'm done with that. I drink sparingly. I hardly drink, and the sparingly is more like if I'm with a group of friends and we just happen to be drinking, I will drink, but I don't get drunk. I haven't gotten drunk in a long ass time, and I don't ever plan to get drunk for the rest of my life if possible. So that's my stance on toxicity. So even like with parties, going to clubs, like I'm tired of that lifestyle. I'm at the point where I actually want to work on my life, because I know what that lifestyle, I know how much that lifestyle has damaged me to my core. So now I'm literally trying to pick up the pieces and become something that I thought that becoming that at this point is would have been almost impossible. Look at me rambling in front of a camera, and I'm going to post this on YouTube and hope that people are interested in talking to me, or rather interested in watching this video. So I have a lot of and I have a lot of catching up to do for myself. I honestly believe that I wasn't supposed to end up where I ended up. Life just goes like that, man. If I can advise anybody that's young, man, like, if you're not intentional about life, man, life will misuse you, man. Life will misuse you. If you don't know where you're going in life, then you meet people that will help you continue to mislead yourself, man, and will show you whatever path you want them to show you, man. It's just what it is. So if there's anything I can hope for anybody, to just learn how to be intentional about your life, man. Yes, you lose friends, you lose parties, you lose functions, you might not have some of the crazier experiences, but man, experiences are literally just experiences, man. And at a point in time, you still forget everything. But if you're not at a point, if you're not at a point where you're fulfilled, you trade in all those experiences at a heartbeat. And that is literally what I'm going through now. But it's also something that you have to overcome, because for a longest time too, like I'd also wished I was a different person. I've gone through that anxiety. I've gone through my not even the anxiety, I've gone through my suicidal nature. I was suicidal since I turned 20. I was suicidal. The same thing, the feeling of hopelessness, the feeling like I've messed up my life so much to where there's no turning back and there's nothing I can ever do to fix the way I was. I'd already been thinking that way since when I was 20, but I didn't have the courage to kill myself, and that's why I'm still here today. But the one thing that I told myself is, if I'm not good, that's back then when I was 20, is if I wasn't going to kill myself then I wasn't going to kill myself again, in this life, But honestly, like, having a rethink about that is actually not true. There's something a friend of mine said. A very close friend of mine, he said if he died at 40 but he had achieved everything that he had achieved, then he'll be happy. And even though I've not told him this, maybe by the time he sees this video, we can talk about it. But for me, that age was 35. But now, rather than thinking about it that far, I thought about it this way. So now I give myself that window. Like, I'm still depressed. I still have my anxiety. I still have all the pain. From all the losses. Let's just call them losses. I still have all that pain and all that negativity that I carry. But the one thing that I've told myself is, now I'm going to fight back. I'm going to fight back. I'm going to gain back my education, go back to school. I'm going to get skills that I can use and actually become an employable person, get a good job. I'm going to start my YouTube channel. That's a passion of mine. I've always wanted to start. I want to get into the gym now that I don't smoke or drink anymore. Like, I'm actually like in the best condition to become physically fit. So these are all goals that I've always wanted, that I've always set for myself, and I've always wanted to be that guy that looked into the mirror and actually liked what he was looking at. So now I've given myself that window that, during this point I'm going to fight. So even if I don't sleep throughout the night, I'm still going to get up and still make a YouTube video, man. Like, that's the mentality that I have right now, So yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, it's a video about anxiety, but I'm not really talking about anxiety, but rather talking about how I have been fighting it and how I plan to fight it, man. My first YouTube videos, like when I said in those videos that, yo, this is me at my worst, and that was literally me at my absolute worst, man. Like at my absolute worst. And to me, I never felt so relieved after making those videos, because before I made those videos, I was literally at the verge of having a full blown out panic attack, man. Like full blown out, because I was like, because a lot of the research, getting to YouTube, my setup, my laptop is literally only 64 gigs and the Celeron processor. If you don't know Celeron is like the lowest level of processor. My phone is more powerful than it. I use my phone as my camera. That's my Techno. My laptop can't carry any editing software. This microphone is the cheapest microphone you can get. So like so many things, but either way, I was just like, yo, it, just make it work. Just make the videos and keep pushing, man. That's just the one thing. That's just the drive that I have. Just it and keep making the videos, man. Just keep making the videos. That's the one thing that I tell myself, and that's just the mindset I'll be going. Like, funny enough, by the time you guys see this video, at the time of this recording, I have not posted a single video on YouTube, basically. So all the videos you guys have seen up until this point, I made them in advance of starting the channel. By the time, for those of you guys that are just joining, the channel Roughra launched, or rather would have launched by the time you guys see this video, with 10 videos. Because to me, it's like, okay, most of all the people that got successful on YouTube always say one thing, man. Oh, they were posting and they were posting and they were posting, and then they now started getting consistent. So in my head, I'm like, oh, so it was when you people started getting consistent for like a few months, that's when you blew. So no problem now. Let me now be over consistent and see what happens now. Let me drop. I start with 10 videos and then 3 videos a week. Let me see if I don't blow. But maybe because of my content, I might not still, blow. I might not still get the notoriety. But at this point, I don't care, man. I don't care, man. I've tried. I want to be able to, the day I die, I want to be able to say that I tried. That's the only thing that I want. See, I can't, if I'm just pointing out, these are not things I wish for myself, but I'm just pointing it out there, if I were to get maybe killed or murdered, or, if I should die from, a sickness or maybe an accident, or, even if I ended it myself, if it ever came to that, the one thing that I want to know and say is, what, I actually tried, man. I tried and I did something, man. If I can say that to myself, then yeah, man, my afterlife doesn't matter, man. So yeah, just a bunch of raw emotions. If you guys don't like this video, it's fine. You can skip over to the next video. But I just wanted to let you guys my mind state. So I think it's just fair. And to be honest, man, for those of you guys that have been watching my videos till now, and that have been watching this video up until now, thank you so much, man. You guys never understand. In life, there's no other feeling in this world worse than when you feel worthless. When you feel worthless, when you feel useless, and then people around you tell you that both people that you love and people that you admire tell you that you're useless, and the ones that don't tell you that you're useless, they show you that you're useless, or rather that you don't really matter much to them, and there's no other feeling like it. And it's enough for you to continuously feel that is what you're going to be for the rest of your life. But more, if you've ever felt that way, man, the only thing I can tell is, man, fuck all of them, man. Fight back, man. That's all I can say. So if you watch this video until this point, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. And remember, if you have nothing to lose, you have all to gain. Bye bye.